Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a report card edition of the Garden Report. We're going to hit on Neemias Queta, another guy who, like Jaden Springer, didn't play a ton at Summer League, and a guy who in his third Summer League you expected to show big things, to show he's a level above the competition in the field here, like J.D. Davison. So seeing him sit down after 2 games following a dominant display against the Lakers, seeing him between 2 games average 21, 8.5, and 2 blocks a game. All encouraging signs for a guy who is most likely to be called on from the Summer League team for minutes, particularly early in the season on nights where Porzingis and Horford are out, which is going to be many nights early in the schedule. So Queta, can he roll, finish, show touch around the rim? That was a challenge for him in the first game against the Heat. Missed some bunnies inside, tipping the ball in around the basket, missing multiple shots on one play. Definitely hurt his field goal percentage in the game against the Heat before he bounced back in the Lakers game, shooting 70%. So his touch between games 1 and 2 improved. And defensively, DJ McClay said, is where you're going to have to see him take strides to be able to impact the Celtics this year. And encouraging, as McClay talked about, to hear they adjusted the defense for Queta to put him in stronger positions to succeed. I think you saw him playing off ball against wings more than ever before, more than we certainly saw from him last year, mixing up coverages, able to play as a roamer, and that adds increased blocks, increased rim protection to his arsenal. And the one thing you saw from Queta last year too, well, there are a couple of things that flashed that made you intrigued by him. Some of it was his high post creation ability. He would flash a nice pass here or there, vision with the ball in his hands that makes you think, okay, maybe he's a guy that, like Luke Cornett eventually excelled at doing, can operate out of the high post, and you can run some offense through him. That's certainly something you want to see. But on the defensive end, the switching, there were plays last year where he would survive on an offensive player, a guard or something like that, for longer than you would expect him to. And fouling still an issue for Queta if he's lined up against some of the quicker, more dynamic offensive creators in the league on switches. He's going to get exploited. He's going to be forced to foul at times. But he held his own, and he did it again here in this Summer League slate. You saw, I think, a higher level of rim protection from Queta than we've seen in the past, a more focused effort on recovering and preventing shots around the rim. I liked his awareness to be able to help when necessary. And that seemed to be a big emphasis for him. And you see some improvements offensively, like this nice post move here. All this is going to add to Queta being a more consistent and the kind of player that the Celtics invest in long term. 3-year deal for Queta this offseason keeps him in play year by year here. Similar deal to what Sam Hauser received a couple years ago when he moved off his 2-way deal. And I definitely see what people see in Queta here. Now, can he play consistently? Can he avoid fouling? Can he become a dynamic defender that the team trusts here? All of that's going to determine whether he's in the same position as Tillman, Cornett, those more trusted reserves on this team, or he's in Maine and he's taking some time to develop still into another season, and he plays occasionally almost like a 2-way player like he did last year. I think it's probably going to be closer to the more trusted hands given what he did last year, guys who are going to be able to help them sustain the Kristaps Porzingis loss. And Queta is a great fit for that, I think, alongside Tillman, alongside Cornett. I like what he did here at the Summer League, and so I'm going to give him a B+ for his efforts here at Summer League, coming out, dominating, taking a seat quickly. I think that's all warranted of some love here. And we'll see if those strides can continue into the preseason training camp and how high can he ascend in the Celtics rotation. Let me know below. And we are brought to you by Game Time. Go to the Game Time app, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, WNBA, MLB, all going on this summer. You get all-in pricing, flash and zone deals, as well as the panoramic views of your seat that make Game Time my favorite experience, especially given the deals you get right up until and even after Game Time on there. They'll leave the sales open a little bit after your game or event starts, so that helps as well. Go to Game Time, use the code CLNS to get $20 off your first purchase. Of course, terms apply. And check out CLNS Media and Celtics All Access for more of our off-season Garden Report card edition here. I'm Bobby Manning, and we will talk to you in our next video.